Hey guys, welcome to another video at Life in Latvia. So if you don't know me, my name is Gokul, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button. So let's get into it. Today we are going to be talking about why I ended up choosing Latvia as my study destination. So the first thing that happened is, of course, I wanted to go study abroad. So as everyone does, you go to an educational agency to kind of figure out how to do it, what to do, how does it work. And of course, the first option that they gave me was to go study in the US, and that was like very expensive. We did some work, we created a CV and everything, and the option that they gave me was something around 22 lakhs per year, 22 lakhs INR. So that's like estimatedly 22,000 euros per year. And I was like, that's a lot of money per year. Obviously, I couldn't afford it. I would have to take an education loan to study an undergraduate program in the US. So I thought that my dreams of studying abroad was probably not going to happen. And that's where I was at the moment. And luckily enough, my mother's friend actually did some research and came up with Latvia. Never heard of the place before. So I like a lot of students who come to Latvia, we've never heard of Latvia before we started doing research into coming abroad and studying. Once I started looking into it, I realized how affordable it is, how the tuition fee is like very cheap. It's 2,800 to 3,000 euros, 3,500 euros per year. And that was pretty doable. I know a lot of students take loans for this as well, but it's still manageable compared to 22,000 euros per year. That's how I kind of ended up finding out about Latvia and figuring out where to apply. When you think about applying to Latvian universities, of course, you have to check the rankings of universities. You have to check rankings in Latvia and in the world to figure out which university is the best to apply to. So I ended up checking the rankings, and the best technical university in Latvia would be RIGA Technical University. And it's a government university as well. And we like government universities. We think government universities have I would say a more stronger degree than a private one. That's just an idea, I guess. It's stereotypical with Indians when you go study abroad. And we checked it. We decided, let's do Riga Technical University. And that's how I ended up applying to RTU. So the interview process with RTU was not that difficult. It was a lot about me, who I am, my motivations to study in RTU, why this program, why Latvia, and all those kind of questions. And the admission process actually took me around 3 to 3.5 months overall. So at the time of application, I was 18, so I did not know a lot about visa processes, documentation, or anything like that, and I didn't want to risk it. So obviously, I ended up using an education consultant. I ended up paying something like 4.5 lakhs, so just to wrap it around like 4,500 to 4,800 euros, something like this, for the overall process. That was, I guess, a standard amount back then. I'm not sure what it is right now, but yeah, that's what I ended up paying to come to Latvia. So initially, when I came to Latvia to Riga Technical University, I actually chose chemical engineering because there weren't a lot of universities that specifically did chemical engineering in where I come from in Kerala. There are some, but they're very competitive. And I wanted to do chemical engineering at the time, and I decided to come to Riga Technical University because it was available. And then I ended up switching to mechanical engineering because it was a little more easier and the duration was smaller. It was 3 years instead of 4 years for chemical engineering. And I actually arrived here in October instead of September when the classes started. So I was only able to do 2 subjects in my first semester and then had to do the remaining subjects in the next semester to make up for the subjects that I lost because of my late arrival. So one of the main reasons I chose Latvia is obviously because of its affordability. And the second thing was that it's part of the EU. So it's a European country. The degree is EU accredited. So you get a European degree for a pretty affordable price. And since it's part of the EU and the Schengen zone, you actually get to explore all the EU countries while you're a student. And also you can apply for jobs there after you finish your studies. So this was the main motivation behind me choosing Latvia as a study destination, and RIGA Technical University being one of the top universities in Latvia that specializes in engineering. So I was going to go for it. One of the main things I also considered is safety. So Latvia actually has a very low crime rate, and it's actually a very safe country to live in as a student or in general. So when you take into consideration the safety standards, I was like, this is a pretty good place to be studying. And even in my experience, even if you're out and about at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning alone, you're still safe. Like nobody's gonna come bother you or anything. I mean, unless it's like a weekend night and somebody is drunk, but it's never malicious. Like there's never a malicious intent with people, and you actually feel very safe to be out and about at any time of the night. I would say on an overall basis, the affordability, the safety, and the fact that Latvia is part of the European Union and the Schengen zone were the deciding factors for me to choose Latvia. And I also considered the fact that after you finish your bachelor's degree, you get about 4 to 6 months of job seeking visa. So you can use this to apply for jobs in the entire Schengen zone. You can travel. And this was also a big part of me choosing Latvia, because I could probably do the same program in a much expensive country for a much higher amount and work there. So I was like, I could probably do it here and then apply for jobs in a different country as well. And as you see, I didn't do that. I am in Latvia, I am working in Latvia, but I guess that has a lot to do with how long I've been here, and also the fact that if you've been in Latvia and you're on work permit, you get to apply for permanent residency in the future. So if you want to know more about that, there's another video that I've posted on my channel. You can check that out. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to write in the comment section below. I'll try my best to answer every one of you. And do not forget to subscribe. It helps a lot. I also have an Instagram channel, so make sure that you follow there, and you can DM me there as well. I post stuff there all the time, and I guess I'll see you guys in a new video very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.